This is a random question, because like in this scenario, I don't mind you going for a shot, but like in a situation like this, like trading here, because like there's a chance you can potentially get like a trade, which like you're going for the Luna and stuff, but is it better like in terms of timings? Because I know you're like super keen on timings against other e-leaders. Would it be better for you to jump out in this type of situation so that you're situated on your plat before the leader gets into position? You know? Because like their leader is going to want to get in this spot and you're going to have to play from here. Would it be like, is risking going for this pick, is it worth not getting into this position faster? Backing up fully? Okay, that's fair. Because this just like, even if you get this trade, like let's say, I don't know. Like if you got the trade anyways and still went down, I feel like this is probably net negative. Ego solo peak. Okay, okay. I'm just making sure. Because I feel like losing out on this timing is pretty tough. Son, is this solo? Was this the Colo stuff or was this X rank? Replay stats? No, I didn't. Yo, Vic, thank you so much for the follow. Too kind, as well as everyone else. X rank, I see. Sun is my teammate, for anyone that doesn't know. There was no preferential treatment for this review, maybe a little bit. But they are a Charger main, so they're gonna be playing leader in this. 2 splash Neos on both teams, so there's gonna be a whole lot of chaos happening, basically. A lot of tri-strikes going on. So both teams are gonna be moving around a lot. I'm imagining both teams are gonna be using their specials to specifically dislodge the Chargers. So this is less for Sun. For the rest of the team, they're probably going to want to look to move forward and find opportunities to push when using specials. But they want to target specials on these. For Sun specifically, having to deal with Luna zipcastering, I think zipcaster and like inkjets and stuff are really good on this map because you can approach from very unconventional angles, like using this back area or inkjetting over. There's a lot of really interesting spots that you can use some of these specials. So I feel like we're going to see Sun in a world of pain this game. Overall, I like the comp slightly better, partially because Charger diff, and I don't think Luna is as good, but I do think the zipcasters are super dangerous. Oh, also you're playing against, do they go by one shot? I actually don't know, but they're from Micklin Heroes. Very, I think like Div 1 or Div X. Very good Charger. Oh, Rafa too. Dude, this is like a whole game of celebrities. I'm guessing both leaders are going to take very standard areas. Oof, that's a nice shot. Their leader actually went, so on this map, and I'm not sure from your perspective, Sun, if you actually have a preference. I know we talked about it a while ago, but have you experimented like using Charger around the spine area like more often? Top on solo? Gotcha. I can see. I like top, but I know that sometimes I'll play against Chargers and they mix it up and I didn't know. But with them throwing these tri-strikes, I'm actually concerned that I could be stuck, and especially being on glass, I could be stuck. You may just have to trust that you're not going to get splatted in this spot, or at least you can get, you know, you can see the little indicators, but this is kind of scary. But I'm a lot more nervous for you than you seem to be for yourself. Is there a reason why you dropped there? That was your strike. Bro's all mixed up with the strikes and which team they're coming from. Yeah, it's a solo. The 5 tri-strike solo game. Yeah, I feel like you're repositioning once your team has control. I feel like you can probably be more aggressive, honestly, because the comp that you have is really good. At least, especially the Neos are really good at consolidating paint. So I feel like I would probably look to push up. I don't know like range with scoped leader. I probably wouldn't drop left or right, but I think you can push all the way up to this pillar and look for shots there. Scared of Luna? I guess that's fair. I trust my teammates more than you trust your teammates. Nice. Yeah, for the exact play you're going for is like perfect. But I think you can be there sooner. Yeah, Rafa's good with Luna. Don't get me wrong, but I think you're safer to move there a little bit faster. Nice shots. I'm gonna nitpick your gameplay, son, because A, I know who you are, and B, you're really good at the game. Yeah, 85% on E-liters. Yeah, I'm wondering why you wave break here. So if you throw it on top of this thing, it like the back end of it hits this. That's actually kind of sick. Okay. I would say I'm stealing it, but I'm never playing E-liter in my life. If I ever played a wave breaker weapon, I'd steal this, but I'm a crab gamer for life until something else is better. I'm gonna pick at you a lot about this stuff just so I can better understand, because I think you have a lot of leader and wave break and special tech that I don't play these weapons, so I have no idea. This is a random question, because like in this scenario, I don't mind you going for a shot, but like in a situation like this, like trading here, because like there's a chance you can potentially get like a trade, which like you're going for the Luna and stuff, but is it better like in terms of timings? Because I know you're like super keen on timings against other E-leaders. Would it be better for you to jump out in this type of situation so that you're situated on your plat before the leader gets into position? You know? Because like their leader is going to want to get in this spot and you're going to have to play from here. Would it be like, is risking going for this pick, is it worth not getting into this position faster? Backing up fully? Okay, that's fair. Because it's just like, even if you get this trade, like let's say, I don't know. Like if you got the trade anyways and still went down, I feel like this is probably net negative. Ego solo peak. Okay. I'm just making sure. Because I feel like losing out on this timing is pretty tough. So we're in a tough spot because leader's in position, and yeah, you're focused on the 1v1 with leader, which this you're in range of this leader right now, right? This feels very scary. We'd have to check the math, but I think you're splatted in this spot. But it is hard. Like they'd have to like peek a little bit farther out. I don't know. This is super minor, but like when you're playing E-leader versus E-leader, like this is like the importance. Yeah, it's definitely close, but they probably have a little bit of an advantage on you. Ouchie the Sharker. Nice. Nice shot. Yeah, you're kind of stuck in these spots, but you're doing a good job of identifying that you have special already. Good help. I like that you identified that the Luna was looking at your teammate here on the right side, and you're able to go for your top shots. Yeah. Leader down, but I before you could definitely push up to here. I think where you're at now is where you should be. I don't think you can move forward. Even though leader's down, you're probably going to get jumped on if you try to push any more forward. So this is good positioning. Close. Nice. I think you're playing this about as good as you can. Is there ever a time where you'd want to position farther right? Like, is playing around this cover ever good as like a potential off angle? I'm not sure if there's like a potential off angle. Like if they're looking for you, like if they're already sitting in the spot, I don't know if potentially like peeking from here gives you a better vantage point on this. Or for people, because I know a lot of times I like to push around on the attacking team, and I'll take this left side because I know that their charger is going to be here or their charger is going to be here. But I never see chargers up here, so I'm assuming it's just bad. But I'm using this as an opportunity to pick your brain since we're solely focused on charger and leader, and I'm trying to learn more, and maybe other people that play backline may want to think about these things. The only thing that maybe you'd be able to like hit is like this area here that you can't really see from the right side. Maybe you get a better vantage, and maybe you probably could potentially get a peek on this person, but because you spawn on the left side of this map, like going all the way to the right side is like never worth. I just wanted to talk through it. Yeah. Yeah, one and done for sure. I'm with you, I'm with you. Because you waste a lot of time. Nice shot. If you do go top left, I do think getting a mine right here is really good. You could get it up there as well. But in this type of spot where there's a good chance, like double short range, like I'm probably trying to push the leader in most spots. I think this isn't a bad time to look for a preemptive, to just get a mine somewhere. Dang. That was a good angle, good timing, good opportunity, but unfortunate. This is painful. Nice. Good drop timing. You know this person has a shot ready to go, and I could be wrong. I feel like you trading in the spot is a mistake. I don't know how comfortable you are with that peak shot, because like if you do bait your teammate and you can't trade the lead, like if you can trade the leader for it, I think it's massive. But if you can't trade the leader, then it might be kind of throw. But in this type of position, once this thing explodes, I'm probably left peeking this. Like you can sit and wait for them to take the shot. I think that's fine. But I'm also okay looking for a potential play and them staying there for a little bit. There's other circumstances where I think this is totally fine, but when you need like a good push, I don't like the potential of trading here. Yeah, go for the leader last. Yeah, I think it's an option. I don't know if it's optimal, but if you trust your teammates and your team has an advantage, then you're chilling, but I don't like putting the game into my teammates' hands like that. Ooh. Wait a minute. Oh no. The collats were kind of sick at the end there. I guess it's just like more macro and just, you know, if I trade, oops, trade dot dot dot, if I die, dot dot dot, if I splat. So if you get a clean pick and you still stay alive, dot dot dot. And kind of make sure you're evaluating when it's important to like go for stuff. Like this type of 1v1, just be mindful. And I think when your team has control in these spots, I would be less inclined to take it. But there's also times where you went for this fight and you like popped off. But I think in that last circumstance where you needed a good push and there wasn't a lot of time left, I'm not sure if we're getting this kind of like, I'm not sure if we're getting this kind of control for the rest of the match. And outside of that, being more aware of when to use mines, like just, I don't think you have to be too creative, but just protect my flank. Because there's a lot of really good mines, and I can kind of go through it with you sometimes, but like there's certain mines, even if I'm not like, that are just really frustrating as someone that's trying to push the enemy team. And like a mine in this spot is really annoying. Like if I'm trying to flank this way, I get really, really frustrated. This mine as well is frustrating as well when I'm trying to cross this way, but this one is more prone to get popped, and getting a position for it is probably a little bit harder. But I think when you're going up here, I wouldn't do it at the beginning of the match because like the amount of slowdown that you get from placing a mine as you're moving at the beginning, like that time, the little bit of time that you waste throwing this mine down is probably not worth the time you lose to get into position. But I do think there's certain situations, especially because there was a spot that you were up here and it was a 2v2. It was like you and Slosh versus like two Neo Splashes. And in those positions, like if I'm thinking as a Neo Splash, I'm always going for this flank. Because if we get the leader differential, like we are super chilling. So like there's certain spots where you can kind of like you're, at least for me, and I'm sure like you've played a lot of competitive games, but like there's a certain like intuition of like momentum is going to be shifting. Like the enemy team has the momentum if they decide to take it. And if you're going to hold your position when you know the enemy is going to be inclined to want to move forward, that's where I would probably take a little bit of time to throw down a mine. Because when you're going for these like tap shots and everything, like your tap shots are actually pretty clean, obviously, but I think the mine helps you a ton. Like if if I run into a mine right here that I'm chasing the leader for, and then I start getting tap shot, I just like lose. I just lose, and it feels bad. They could also go for this direct. I love this pillar and jumping off of it to hit the leader. And there's certain spots where your team wiped and you're already into position super, super fast, where you're kind of going to be waiting. So I'd rather you just like get into the habit of just getting a mine down just because you have time and there's no reason not to. Do you think mine's more helpful on flank or on zone? It depends. But I know a lot of times, like when we've played in like scrims or tournaments or whatever, we'll play like Hagglefish and like we'll be way past the zones on Hagglefish and you'll get like a mine like on their side of the zone. I think those mines in the zone are good. I think if our team is like moved forward and moved past, I think having mines in the zone is good. But like on this map specifically, I wouldn't worry about it. From map to map, I don't know specifically what would be best. I like it for flanks on this map, at least for solo queue. Because people are going to get around. Also, what's up, Roomba? People get around a lot. But yeah, I think that's about it. I don't know if there's anything else specifically that you were like looking to go over with that replay. Obviously the technical prowess. If my position can be changed. No, I think your positioning in general is pretty good. I think in terms of openings, like you could potentially look to do different stuff, but the only thing I would say is like when, and I think it sounded like you got confused with the tri-strikes, but at the very beginning when you were sitting on glass when tri-strikes are going on, I would never do that. Sun with the stats. It was a good game though. This E-leader is like one of the best. But I guess Sun got the better end of the 1v1 in a lot of spots.